to another World of Tanks subscriber replay. My name is Maxwell and today's replay is from the user the Muffin Pirate. That's the Muffin Pirate, and he is driving the Centurion Mk.1 on a standard battle on Westfield. So right at the beginning of the replay, he's going to be taking to the hill to try and support the heavy tanks up there, and probably try and push one flank, which is that northern area, the left-hand flank, as quickly as possible and try and overrun the enemy before they do the same to them. I'm just going to speed it up a little bit until he gets to the top of the hill, as this tank isn't known particularly for its speed of manoeuvrability, especially when up a sharp hill. So going to be coming up behind the other heavies, gets a good hit on the side of that Tiger II there, and just like the other British tanks, the reload speed on this cannon is particularly good, even if its alpha damage isn't, so it's able to put out a good amount of damage. Spots the KV-5 there, just going to think, very lucky shot there, was wondering if he could get a hit on that, and he absolutely did whilst on the move, although it did look like he got shot in the face as he was coming over here to this hill. So we're going to see if he can get the final kill on the KV-5, and indeed he can get a shot through the side armour of the turret. So even though the KV-5 is very well armoured, when it's presenting flat sides like that, it's not particularly well defended. So going to be dueling with this Tiger II for a while, and their team is able to take him out before he gets back into cover. So it looks like the town in the centre there is all dealt with and sewn up, so he's going to come up the hill and try and support the tank destroyers. Tries to have a shot on this Su-100, unfortunately the first one missing, and the second one even missing, so he's going to have to take a more prominent position on this hill. And I was going to say a third time lucky, but it looks like somebody else got that hit at exactly the same time as he shot. That's 4 shots in a row, not quite being able to hit this Su-100, but he is now, there we go, he had a good view of him that time and was almost certain to get that hit, and he's able to pick him up and take him out of the game. He's going to come up now and try and support this VK-3001, who is dueling with the tank destroyer in this T-43. So just going to come around behind the T-43, but he's got to be careful because that Su-100M1 is there, and that thing has a pretty beefy cannon, so he's got to be careful of that. Spots out the IS, who's dueling with the T-34, hidden behind the hill though, so not able to get a shot on him. He's going to come up the hill a little bit, and should be able to, there we go, gets a little bit of damage on him. And as you can see, the cannon of this tank doesn't do a great deal of damage, but it does have a very good reload speed, which means it makes a perfect flanker and a perfect attacker, because you're able to lay a good amount of sustained damage onto an enemy. Even if you can't take them out, you are able to at least panic them and force them to make a mistake, especially when they're not expecting the reload speed that you have. So finally able to finish off that IS, picking up his third kill of the match so far. The Su-100M1 is then going over to that flank to try and take out the T-34, even though the T-34 has already been killed, but the enemy's obviously not sure how much armour they have in that flank. So he's going to be heading over there to try and plug up the hole in their defence. Going to have to play a little bit more carefully because that T-43 was sniffing around the crest of the hill, but spots out a Super Pershing and gets a good long-range shot through his armour. The Super Pershing, not a particularly easy beast to penetrate, especially at range, because you can't pick your shots on the weak spots. Super Pershing seeing where the damage is coming from and gets the return damage onto the Muffin Pirate. But this Su-100M now has put himself out into the open. His first shot unfortunately bouncing, and I'm fairly sure the 100 has a much longer reload time than the Centurion. In fact, I would argue that most tanks on this map will have a longer reload time than this Centurion. But it looks like he gets himself back into the fog of war and hidden before he's able to pick him off. Now this Super Pershing may still be lurking around on that left-hand flank, so he's going to have to be pretty careful. But just going to crest the top of the hill here and try and get the final shot on this SU. Should be able to take him out, and there we go. Finishes him off, picking up his 4th kill of this match. So it's just left for this T-43 now on the other side of the hill. Unfortunately, he's getting surrounded from the north and the south and over the top of this hill. Unfortunately, there was an IS-3 camped in the bushes over there that they weren't expecting. A wild IS-3 appears and lays some serious damage on the Panther II Was it the Panther 2? No, sorry, it was the SU. And then the VK finally gets himself taken out by the T-43, who is proving to be a bit of a menace, but he's playing pretty smart, so going to have to try. Oh, he's put himself out into the open. Unfortunately, his shot just about missing. There's the T-43 managed to get a hit in first and panic him. But he took his shot far too quickly then, whiffed it, missing completely, and the Muffin Pirate is able to pick him off. Now he does know that there is an IS-3 camped just over the top of this hill in the bushes over there, so just going to play it smart and try and lure the guy out. And try and get him to shoot. And there we go, somebody manages to spot the IS-3, so it should be a case of just putting some damage through his side armour, or that could even be the flat front plate. Because if he's at an angle like that, then that sloped armour at the front isn't going to achieve much, as it will be flat on. Gets another good bit of damage onto the IS-3, but the Muffin Pirate knows how far away he is from his base, and can see that it's obviously being capped by more than one person, so he's going to have to abandon the hunt for this IS-3 and fall back to defend his base. On the plus side, he knows exactly where the IS-3 is, so if the IS-3 doesn't move, he can simply go and take him out later if he's able to defend his base. And if the IS-3 does move, then he's going to have to come at the Centurion from the open without any cover. So this is getting pretty close now. It's up to 80% already, and he's only just at the top of the hill. And if these guys are hidden behind the house, this is going to take some skill. Oh no, it's up to, wow. So I was going to say that's up to 100. That's game over. But it looks like his ally there. Who was that? That was the IS-3, manages to get a shot on that guy as the cap reaches 100%. So able to turn that one around. Amazing piece of play there. Just going to be able to come around the corner now, get a good hit on this VK, and then ram him to pick up the final bit of damage and take him out. Although it looks like somebody is hidden in the forest over the way, so he's going to have to hide behind the building. To be honest, what should have happened is the IS-3 that was camping in the bushes should have seen what was happening and should have followed these guys. And then as the IS-3 was taking his position on the crest of the hill, then the enemy IS-3 could have had a shot in his rear and possibly taken him out. Meaning that they would have possibly gotten the cap. So spotted out T-44 hiding in the bushes. He's obviously firing at the IS-3. Should have moved, but deciding to just stick to his position and not move, and that proved to be his downfall. As he stayed in exactly the same position, the Muffin Pirate knew exactly where he was and just fired again, picking up the blind kill. So now we know that there's a Super Pershing left who's fairly heavily damaged. I think he's only... yeah, as you see there in the chat, he says they're both one-shot kills, as the Super Pershing had less than 5% hit points, and I'm pretty sure the IS-3 had about the same. So should be able to mop them up fairly easily, although the IS himself, he's probably got 2 hits left in him, and the IS-3's probably got about the same. So they're going to have to be pretty careful, even though this one seems like it could be a win. Spots out the IS-3. Oh, not quite able to pick up the kill. IS-3 only got 7 hit points left, and he's doing the smart thing of trying to rush him now. Unfortunately, he has no idea how fast this Centurion reloads. Not quite able to take him out, unfortunately, but he is able to back down the hill, and the IS-3 does not have the gun depression to be able to get a shot on target. So absolutely amazing piece of play there, getting himself into cover and avoiding being taken out by that IS-3. And it looks like the Super Pershing is focusing on the IS-3. No, he's not. He's looking at the Centurion. I'm going to hope that he... oh, he's shot just... that either missed or that skimmed. Unfortunately, Muffin Pirate's first shot was just absorbed by that spaced armor, but this one should go straight through his side, picking up his 10th kill of the match. So absolutely amazing replay from the Muffin Pirate there, using the Centurion Mk.1 to, I would say, probably the maximum of its potential, picking up 10 kills in this amazing battle. So thank you very much to the Muffin Pirates for sending that replay in. Thank you to you guys for watching, and I will catch you next time.